Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you are tuned into Neek at Night. And tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on around social media. Just bringing to you guys another just live interaction video, um, and see what you guys think and feel about what's going on. So today, there was a lot of press conferences, and now apparently, the African American community is the largest affected by this whole situation, and I want you guys to chime in. Now, on one end, I understand, like, where we have underlining issues that can contribute to a faster rate of death and things like that. But I want to know what you guys think about it. Do you think that this is something that was pre planned? Like, I mean, first there was the thing that spread that, no black person can get it. And then now all of a sudden, we're the highest rated people who are affected by it. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about just different stuff that's going on around social media. I'm not going to be on camera because I look a hot quarantine mess. But the link is in the chat right now. So if you guys want to have a conversation, chit chat with me about this situation and what's going on around social media, click the link. You don't have to show your face. You can just click the link, turn your camera off and talk. Or if you is keeping yourself right and tight during this quarantine, then let us see what you got. But hey y'all, hey, shout out to my moderators, Tamiko. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Jay Lee. I like her screen name. It say "Miss Me with the bullshit." I heard that, like letting them know right off the bat. My daughter's in Texas and she's not taking it serious. Shaking my head. Quayla says, "I think it's BS. I think they just want to put that negativity on us. Let them tell it we are the worst when it comes to everything." I feel you. Oh my, we got you digging up building, y'all.
What's up with it?
What's up? What's up? How you doing? How's Chicago treating you?
Chicago ugly right now.
What?
It's last time I checked yesterday, it was 72% black people that died off of COVID-19 in Chicago. So, you got 10% white, 7% Hispanic, and like 6% Asian, but 72%, us, that's died off of it already.
So. How you taking it? What precautions are you utilizing, and what you doing?
Oh shit, man, I'm quarantined. I'm in the crib,
You ain't been going out?
Nah, and I don't be want nobody to come over either. You know what I'm saying?
Blank is in the chat. Blank is in the chat and said, "Neek, tell him I said hey."
Yeah, man. Now ain't the time to play about none of that.
Blank said hi. Are you gonna say hi back?
Man, bless that brother. I'm talking about some serious shit. Like we dying up here, Nick. I put it in your chat yesterday. Like it's serious. Like
no, it definitely is serious, but Blank is just poking fun. That's not related.
We got niggas up here like doing killing and shit.
Doing what?
Doing a lot of shooting.
Doing a lot of what?
Shooting, like violence.
Oh, shooting. Okay, yeah. I was like, what?
And this ain't the time. It's time for us to come together.
Yeah.
But
Common Sense, what's your take?
So I'm here actually not too far from Chicago. I'm in Milwaukee. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm in Milwaukee. And the epicenter, of the COVID-19 is basically right there in African American community. Not too far where, my son's father, he lives at. It's a very, large African American community. And there's actually a hospital right there in that community. But it's not, or it's labeled as not one of the better hospitals in the city. And I just think that, you know, because of that, and I've heard this for the 7 years that I've lived here, it is one of the worst hospitals in the area. I think personally that, you know, there's a lot more people than African Americans out there who have it, but they are, you know, in places where they have better access to better health care. Whereas, you know, I've heard people literally going in the hospital and they're not checking anything and they just sending them home. And then they get sent home, and then the people in their home have it. Some of them may be young, some of them may not realize that they have it. And I'm a teacher here in Milwaukee, and the way that they shut down the schools was kind of questionable.
What they do?
They weren't prepared at all. It was, we literally went to work hearing they might shut down, and then later on, like after we got off of work, it was like, yeah, y'all not coming back.
Yeah, I don't think like what I'm hearing is not a matter of access to hospitals. I think it's more so the fact that there's a large rate of African Americans who have asthma, diabetes, and things that will, like, if something affects your respiratory and then you also have asthma too, it's going to affect you even worse. So I think that's kind of more so, you know, what it is.
Possibly, but I don't necessarily think that there are, you know, diabetes, obviously, yes, like there are statistics that show African Americans have a higher level of certain illnesses and diseases and things that are hereditary. However, I do feel as though, you know, there are people who, you know, go into certain facilities and they're able to get tested to see what they have, you know, and then they're able to make the decision, okay, well, I can stay home or I can be quarantined in my room versus, oh, it's just seasonal flu. And then you're sent home and come to find out it's something totally different.
Yeah. Tyson in the chat said that she said, my boss was diagnosed with no test. What did they say? Like, oh, okay, you're sick, you got it. That's crazy. Like, don't you have to have a test to confirm that you have it? That's crazy. B for Booby says, my ex, I hear something echoing. It's coming from Common Sense. It's the echo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
B for Booby says, my ex had it and she could barely sleep because of how hard it was to breathe. So I can't imagine having it with asthma. Right. So like if you have asthma, I guess it'll be a little bit worse on you because that already affects your breathing. Like for me, I have asthma, but my asthma is mainly only triggered like if I get sick. So like if I get sick, certain things like bother me a little bit more than they would regularly, you know what I mean? So if you get that on top of get sick on top of corona, it's all bad.
I think they just want to put that negative.
What up?
Hey,
can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, why are you always outside? You supposed to be in the house.
My friends, my home in there. I ain't trying to be all loud and stuff.
Somebody got an echo going on. Hold up. Is this Toya?
It's probably me.
Or is this? Hold on. Okay, blank. You got
yeah, it's just gonna be real quick. Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead. You got too much noise going on.
Oh, do I? I do.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, yeah, it's the perfect time for everybody to show love, and we need to start posting banners of love, man, because we're gonna end up asking for that in the long run.
Okay, you gotta go inside or something. We can't receive your message with all that wind. You supposed to be in the house anyway.
Somebody go in the crib right now, but like I said, it's all love, you know what I'm saying? So let's continue to preach that. And what's up to my dude in front? You know, one love, man. I don't know his name, Chicago.
One love, bro. Love, man.
One love. Ready? Y'all take it easy. One love.
All right.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
You don't think they targeting us first?
Anything is a possibility. Honestly, truly, I really don't. I really don't know what to make of it, if this is pre-planned to try to purposely wipe out the African American community, if this was an attack on purpose, if this was man-made, if it came from bats, if it came from rats. I mean, I just really don't. And I mean, I don't know. And
I vaccinated, and they're gonna make it mandatory and all of that type of shit, even if you never caught it before. Shit, man, there's so much going on with this COVID-19, and
yes,
that's definitely a possibility
because we was the last ones to really take it serious. The Black community. See, we thought this shit was
right.
We kept saying we couldn't catch it and all this other shit. Now you look at this, you look around America. Not only in Chicago is we 72% of the deaths of the COVID-19. It should be like that in California, in the hoods, and everywhere else where Black people at.
Well, I've also heard that they're saying that it has a correlation between your blood type as well. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what they're saying. That certain blood types are more susceptible.
So I haven't heard that or seen anything about that.
Yeah, Ash, what is it that you wanted to say? I think you keep saying hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you gotta just jump on in when we have these talks and these debates. Ain't no polite, just okay. Here, you gotta jump on in, girl.
Well, I'm polite, Nick.
No, you can't be polite. You just gotta be like, sorry to cut you off, but let me just say this. I mean, not be rude about it, but go ahead, girl.
I got you. The only thing I want to say really is why do we always keep hearing about statistics with Black people? Why don't we ever hear statistics about Asians? Hispanics,
Yeah.
I just gave you the statistics. In the beginning, I told you it was 72% African Americans,
right?
It was 11% white, it was 7% Hispanic, and it was like literally 4% Asian in Chicago.
But what I'm trying to say is they always feed us information like, well, Black people are more receptive to diabetes. Black people are more receptive to this. I don't ever hear anything about Asians or Hispanics. Like, it's like they always want to.
This is the excuse they coming up with now that we have a high rate of dying from COVID-19 is diabetes. I even heard a lady say standing next to our mayor up here, and I didn't vote for her, by the way. I wish I would have, because she turned out to be a good mayor. I didn't vote for it because I felt like the way she was living and all that shit, I don't agree with none of that gay dyke ass shit. She got a white wife, all that dumb ass shit. Right? You couldn't get my vote. You know what I'm saying? But she turned out to be, a good mayor, and I would have voted for her if I would have knew more about it. And she had some lady standing next to her saying it's from smoking, all this, like she's trying to say this is what Black people do. Like Black people.
But let me tell you, white people be on that shit. I feel like
white motherfuckers smoke
right. I feel like Black people are not the only people who have, different illnesses.
Exactly.
Right. And that's my point. My point is, why don't we ever hear about the different illnesses that the other ethnicities have? It's like,
I get what you're saying. It's like, okay, we have high rates of high blood pressure. All right, cool.
Right.
Why isn't it highlighted that they might have a high rate of breast cancer, or what I'm saying? It's just highly emphasized when it's us having a high rate or something. So I get what you're saying.
Like we the only ones that's sick, basically.
Right.
Or have some type of illness.
Yeah.
And I want to, what's the motive behind that? Like, why y'all always got to let us know what we got going on? You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. And I think it's a deeper, darker type of situation that's going on behind that. So
Nubian,
baby, you better believe it. You better believe it.
Oh, Nubian chimed off. Toya.
Hey,
girl. The chat is a collective conversation. So if you go take a slot, we gotta hear from you.
Yes, ma'am. Pretty much, I just basically want to say that, I just hope that everybody stays safe and just follow all the rules. Our governor, I'm in South Carolina, so pretty much our governor did not issue like a stay home order. He was just pretty much closing down like a lot of the restaurants and stuff to where it's just dine in. The kids are out of school until the end of April. I don't know if they're going to go back to school or not, but it's just crazy that all of a sudden now people want to start washing their hands, sanitizing. Like before, y'all weren't doing this. You know, you want to
Right.
cover
Well,
your mouth.
I think
They
now,
ain't doing it though,
I,
baby. You tripping.
I think now the fact of if I don't wash my hands, I could die. Like it's the difference from washing your hands before you eat versus now you have to wash your hands before you, like when you go from outside to inside to, I mean, so obviously pre-corona and post-corona, obviously, yeah, you're going to be washing your hands more. You're going to be doing things more because you don't want to die. You don't want to get something that can be passed to your mother, your grandparents, that can potentially kill them, or even
Right,
yourself,
but
because it's even young people also affected by it as well. So I don't think that's like, I don't
right,
know.
but what I'm
I don't
saying
get your
is
point.
you got a lot of people out here that's quote unquote been nasty is what I'm saying. Like they won't wash their hands. Now all of a sudden people want to wash their hands. They want to cover their mouth.
You
Like
have to
But
do
there's
it.
people at my
that's a
job.
good thing though. I don't get
You
the
tripping.
problem with that. That
I
should be
think
a good
Right.
thing.
I think what she's trying to say is that
What up with it, girl?
you should already be washing your hands, period. Because if you,
Right, exactly.
it
Not
doesn't
wait
matter if there's a
until
virus or
news.
not.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
Not wait
there's a
until some.
difference. There's a difference from, like, yeah, you should be washing your hands, but when was the last time before this epidemic when you got in your car and out of your car you're washing your hands to when you walk to the, you know, like, yeah, you washed your hands before and you should have been washing your hands before, but now it's like you definitely, it's, you have to take more precautions. Like I
understand that it is different. It's
it's
different.
I don't, like if I go to the grocery store and I pick up something off the shelf and I go to my car, now I need to wipe off my steering wheel. And I mean, yeah, you can wash your hand. You wash your hands before, but now you have to literally, like, you know, I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, and I guess because like people at my job, like instead of them covering their mouth or like coughing in their elbow, they'll just like cough, you know, just cough out in the air. And I've known people to literally leave out the bathroom and they will not wash their hands. Like they will flush the toilet and will
Wow.
go past the sink and go straight out the door and will not wash their
Understand
hands.
this,
They
right?
will walk,
Wow.
they
This
will
shit
walk
have
past
changed into
people
some
and
race
just
shit.
cough like
Black people
and wouldn't
damn
even
more
cover their
food right.
mouth. And it's like, you
Like,
know, you've
I
been
don't
nasty, but now
understand.
all of a sudden you want to wash your
You should
hands. It's
be
like you
happy to
ain't been
wash your
clean
hands, man.
before.
You
I
should
don't
be
know.
ecstatic.
That's just something that's just kind of like bothering me. So I don't know.
Like I don't understand. Like
I
people
feel
wake
you.
up. We dying more than any other people. Not twice as more. Like it's so many times more in every city in every state. Like it's
Yeah.
literally targeting us.
Mhm.
And if somebody
Yeah.
not washing their hands, now I'm just gonna throw a little joke in there, because I had posted this up, right? I say women will catch the COVID quicker than a man because when men
Lies.
go to the washroom, we grab our shit
And
and
you don't
then
wash
we
your
wash
hands.
our hands. So
Nah,
when you
men
get
are
to it,
nastier when
it's
it comes
COVID
to washing
19
hands.
all over that motherfucker.
I think men are
Mm-mm.
nastier when it comes to washing hands and hygiene and stuff like that. I feel like women,
'Cause
we naturally have to be more you know,
Clean.
up on
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
hygiene than men do.
And men have
No,
been
we
yeah,
dying
and I
wash,
wish I could
we
say
wash
that about a
after
lot of
we
women
use
at my
it, not
job,
before.
but nope.
But we should wash before and after we use it because you
That's
bless
true.
yourself, you know. But men don't do that. I'm telling you, I'm a man. We go in there, we use it, then we wash our hands. By the time you put your mouth on it, you got COVID-19.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
What are you
it's real.
talking about?
I heard that in
I'm trying to
What?
tell
class
you.
when I was in school too.
All right, go ahead, Michelle.
Oh, I'm
Go ahead,
sorry. I
Michelle.
heard that when I was young. Well, when I was in college, that's the first thing one of the male instructors told us, that technically men should be washing their hands before and after, because you know where your penis has been, but you don't know where your hands have touched. Your penis is, if you washed it, it's clean. Now you're putting your dirty hands on it. So Men, yes, men should wash before and after. But men tend to think that whatever they have to do is very important and they just don't have time. They just don't have time. They're always in a hurry. Whatever they have to do is more important than anything.
Yeah.
I just think it's a combination of all of those things. Poor health care, not taking care of yourself prior to this outbreak, and just people not
Yeah,
taking it serious.
that's right. That last part, people not taking it serious. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So
And
do
I don't
any of you guys
understand that.
have anybody that you know, any loved ones that is affected by COVID-19?
No, ma'am.
One
Not
of
me.
my
Uh,
friends is in the hospital.
right.
Yeah, I don't have a personal loved one, but I know someone whose uncle recently passed, and he was 40 from
Right.
Oh
COVID.
man.
Yeah, and my
Um,
cousin has a few friends his age, which is around like 25-ish, that are
My
in the
volume just
hospital.
went down.
We
the
can still hear you, Michelle.
Oh,
one of
okay.
my coworkers, I don't have a personal family member, but one of my coworkers was related to the first death here in Wisconsin. Um, they went on a trip to Egypt, came back, and he passed away. His wife survived, but he was one of I think he was actually the second person here to pass
Who have
away from
passed
it.
away from it?
Uh-huh. And she was
Mm-hmm.
too scared to tell anybody because they would assume that she had it, but she wasn't able to see him in the hospital. She wasn't able to come and say her last goodbyes, anything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I mean, it's
terrible.
sad, but it's rather safe than sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Curve, I'm gonna hit you right back, all right? All right, one. Hey, yeah, Nick, like I was saying, right? Real
You dig
deal,
is
man.
so
Like,
funny.
huh?
You dig is so funny.
Come on.
Not the
Oh, he done
outfit
changed. You
changes.
done got him a new
I am not
I
style.
about to
was
play
like,
with
didn't you
you in
just
these
change? Didn't you
outfit
have on a
changes.
different outfit?
Man, it's my
Yeah.
t-shirt I had on.
Outfit number 2.
Yeah, he got all this. Boy, if you don't
I
knock
had
it off with
Oh
these.
my
peoples,
goodness.
they had came to the crib right quick. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't
He
want to
doing
go
a
to the
photo
crib
shoot on this
all the
live.
customers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I had to throw on the shirt to
He
holler
doing
at
a photo shoot
people.
on the live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
somebody
Y'all
said
worry
he's
about
really
me
not
and this
funny.
COVID-19 killing you black motherfuckers, huh? Y'all that freaky, huh?
What?
I just wish that people would stop.
Ain't no telling what he said. I just know it was something silly.
It's very frustrating.
Right.
What you say, Michelle?
I wish that people would stop with all the rumors because it's very frustrating. I'm at high risk. I recently had a transplant where I received 2 organs. So
Wow.
I've gotten a second chance to live. And now there's people out here who think, oh, black people are immune. They're trying to kill me. Plus, I have a
Right.
compromised respiratory system because when my mother was pregnant with me, no one was interested in telling people they shouldn't smoke when they were pregnant. So and I've had walking pneumonia several times. And so I just wish that people would stop with all the rumors. You're at home, some of you who aren't in essential jobs. Why can't you just turn on MSNBC, CNN, and actually listen? All these rumors about blood types and all of that. Listen to Dr. Fauci has videos, several interviews on YouTube. Let's listen to the facts because I was just given this life back and I'm not going to lose it. And the reasons that our mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and the other
Are you from
politicians, quote
Catstown?
unquote, are talking about
I hear
these
some rumbling
numbers
sound.
in the
Hey, you
African
Catstown,
American
huh?
community is so that they can.
It's not
That
her.
it's
One of you
not.
guys got rumbling sounds going on.
Right, they cut their camera on. Ain't no telling what they doing, Nick. You hear me?
Go ahead,
But
Michelle.
the politicians are trying to demonstrate with this data that we need more assistance in our communities with regards to health care. You know, they're always saying, they're telling other people, but they're not, but this is proof, this is data that we're all in the same, you know, we're in the same city, but in certain communities where they don't have access to a real hospital, or they don't have a relationship with like somebody pointed out,
That's
they
what I
tell
was
you to
saying.
call your primary care doctor. How many people actually even have it? A lot of my friends who are in the music business, they're huge.
What's
And they
the
don't go
name?
to a doctor. They know they're huge. They know they're unhealthy, and they don't care. But they're out there pressing the flesh, and there's going to be quite a few of them that we're going to lose because they want to smoke cigars and eat all this junk food and pretend like their health is not important. And so they aren't prepared to fight this fight.
Right. Yeah.
And that's
You from
why
Chicago, ma'am?
it's mostly us.
Ma'am, are you from Chicago?
Why
Yep.
y'all roasting your dig in the chat? Y'all crazy.
Or what they say, Nick? Because I can't see them right now.
Well, yeah,
They
that's what I
talking
was
crap.
saying.
About the
People are
Talking
not
crap.
taking. Everybody does not
Yeah,
have access to the same health care. And people aren't taking proper precautions even when they're going out.
What the fuck they saying, Nick?
They
Right.
talking shit.
Like, I mean, I'm at the grocery store and people, you know, just because they have on a mask, they think it's okay to step in, you know, into your little 6-foot social
Bubble.
distancing area. Yeah. And I mean, it's a shame.
Exactly.
Nubian, is there something you wanted to chime in? Because you clicked off and then clicked on.
Oh, wow. What's going
Nubian?
on?
All right, if you guys aren't speaking, I gotta take you off.
And
Leem,
guess what, Nick? Let me
Hey, how you doing?
hold on, wait, you did. Leem,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right.
What you thinking?
So I was trying to figure out what y'all was talking about for a second.
The corona being more widely
Oh yeah, so I'm in
dominating
Philly
in the
right now.
African American community.
I'm in
Yeah.
Philly now, and everybody's snapping because it's like it's really getting crazy. Like somebody I knew, grandmom just died from it too.
Oh man.
Sending my condolences. How have you been taking precautions, or have you been taking it serious? Are you still trying to Netflix and chill it up with the ladies? Like what have you been doing, or how has it affected you, I should say?
So far, at first my job was open. I work at AT&T, so they still had us working, and like people coming in the store, I'm just like, oh, how you doing? But from a distance. But the only reason they closed us down is because my manager, grandmom, died. So that's the first effect. And what I'm doing to stay safe, I'm just like, I'm staying in, I'm washing my hands as often as possible and staying away from large groups.
Toya, how has
Nick.
coronavirus affected you personally?
Well, pretty much I'm just staying at home. I'm working from home now. I work in a call center, but now they're getting everybody to work from home. So I'm just staying at home. Me and my son. If I need to go out somewhere, I just go out first thing in the morning. And then like if I go to Walmart, I go first thing in the morning and then I'm back at home and I don't go nowhere else.
Common
So
sense,
Hey,
how
Nick,
has it
can I say
personally
something?
affected you? Wait a minute, you did.
Oh, it has, well, so far again, outside of that coworker, knowing that coworker and that person that died here in Wisconsin, it hasn't affected me, and thank goodness it hasn't, because my sons have an autoimmune disorder, and so basically they don't fight off, you know, any type
Diseases.
of viruses on their own. They have to go to the hospital once a month. And so I only leave when I need groceries, when I'm low on groceries. I'm actually just coming back from the store now. I'll send them to their dad's house just so I can go get groceries. Because I just don't want to.
So do you
you know,
take precautions like when you pick them back up, change your clothes before you do, wipe everything down before you get them back, or like?
Oh, absolutely. I've like even before now, like I do not. If I come home and I've been out in public, I immediately change my clothes. That's just something I've always done, just because of how what they have. I'm always wiping down stuff. I carry hand sanitizer with me. I've always carried hand sanitizer with me. In the event that I might have a little tickle in my throat, even if, previously back in the end of February, I had a little tickle in my throat. Y'all have to go to dad's. You cannot stay here. I just don't want to even run the risk of it. Their dad was going out on days that he wasn't with them. He was, he would go to the corner store, get him whatever he needed or whatever. He stopped that just because he just doesn't,
Yeah,
he
the
doesn't
more
want
you
it.
just keep going in and out, the more you risking exposing yourself.
Right.
You dig? What is it that you wanted to say?
Thank you, baby. I want to say what you said about dating. Like,
You said what?
about dating, like have anything changed, as far as dating and shit like that. I wanted to touch on that.
Go ahead.
I had somebody was trying to come over here to see me. And, yesterday on the news, they said today is going to be the worst day. Chicago hit like 70-some degrees for the first time. It's been cold. But they say don't go outside. Like this is gonna be one of the worst days ever. So she wanna come slide on a nigga with her baby. I'm not with none of that. You know what I'm saying?
She wanted to bring her kid over.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you, niggas. They still partying. They still fucking around. You got niggas up the street throwing parties, police breaking up the parties.
They definitely are.
Where niggas there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't care. Like they can't get it or something. They drinking behind each other, smoking behind each other. I told her, man, I don't want to kick it. I'm quarantined by my motherfucking self. You should worry about your motherfucking daughter and stay your goof ass in the house.
Right. Lady, we have
a couple of nights ago. It was like 5 people that got shot in the city that I stay in. They was at a house party and somebody just started shooting and one person ended up dead and everybody was like in their 20s. And I'm like, why can't y'all just stay at home? I mean, it's not that serious.
They bored in the house and they in the house bored.
Nobody not really
I live by myself.
All right, wait. We haven't heard from wait a minute. We haven't heard from LADII, lady. Lady,
what the fuck is you doing?
All right, we gotta kick you off. If you ain't talking, you got to go. All right. She royalty.
Shy royalty. Hello.
Shy royalty.
Hey. I like you all the time.
Thank you. How is this affecting you personally?
So I had just got an email that I'm not gonna be able to, do our graduation for the spring. So we had to do it in December. So yeah.
Graduating from where?
Chicago State University.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people who've been, there's some people who've literally been planning their wedding days for like years and years and years. And they have to not be able to go with these weddings that they've planned and booked for all these times. And then the children who have proms, like prom is like a big thing for seniors, like they're not going to be able to experience. And I'm sure like schools probably will have like, something at a later date, like maybe prom at a later date, but it's just like killing the whole mood and vibe of that.
Exactly, because my son, he's in the 5th grade, so I was just like so excited, like, yay, he's graduating this year. He's going to be going to middle school when school starts back up, and now all of a sudden, boom, this right here. Yeah.
Tyson says, so if this is such an issue, why is Trump not wearing a mask and doesn't plan on it? Ask yourself.
Can I chime in with
Trump's saving you niggas' lives.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was confused on that too. Like a lot of things is not being taken seriously. Like I work at a hospital. I'm not gonna say the name, but I work at a hospital. And at first, like when it first started getting real bad, they had closed all the doors, like every single door coming in. And then they also did screening. But I was kind of confused because I was like, okay, this thing airborne. Why is they not closing all the patient doors? They still got that wide open, so you basically breathing the same air.
Right.
So I'm kind of confused on that. And we have to wear the duck mask, and then on top of our duck mask, we'll wear like the regular mask as well. to shield our eyes.
Do you
Y'all
feel like
real MVPs, man.
you have the proper protection?
Yes, I do feel like we have the proper protection. I do feel like I don't think that we don't have, I'm sorry. I think that we have enough supplies as well. I haven't seen that we ran out of anything.
Oh, so that's not true. What they saying that y'all recycling?
No. No.
Well, I think that depends on where you're at also. So I can't say that that's probably the case for all. But that could potentially be the case for her particular facility.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, they be guarding, because I know even when it comes to like the just a regular mask, we'll have to come through the secretary and ask them like, oh, can we get a mask? So, I mean, that's a little bit of the guard, but when we go into like the isolation room, because it's an entire floor in the ED, so when it comes to that, you have to change out of your clothes, your regular clothes that you come into. Or most people, they come in with a scrub like me. But you'll have to change out of those, and then you'll get into the hospital clothes. Then you got to put on the, the whatever that plastic is. You got to put that on, the headgear and everything else. So.
Well, we appreciate you. I definitely do, because y'all the real MVPs out here dealing with this shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Does it make your stress levels go up? And could you say what exactly do you do in the hospital?
I'm a sitter, so I sit with like homicidal people and suicidal people and people that's like fall risk. So I sit with
somebody like me, right?
Huh, I'm sorry.
Don't mind him.
Over there smoking that gas.
Queen B.
Hey, what's up with Tyson, man? She got her camera on. All you motherfuckers blank on here. Let her talk, Nick.
We can't hear you, Tyson.
You gotta unmute her.
No, she gotta unmute herself.
I did. I muted it. My bad, y'all. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
We can hear you.
But I was just wondering. I mean, like I said, Trump said he's not gonna wear a mask, right? He's not wearing a mask. Pence isn't wearing a mask. The lady with the 1,000 scarves is not wearing a mask. Nobody's wearing a fucking mask. It's just bullshit to me. I mean, I've done my own research, so I'm not saying that this is facts or anything that I know or is a part of. But look at the national order. Like Obama signed that. So if you look at the national order, it's all on there where they have the right to mandate national vaccinations. So the thing is, they closed all the schools down, and these babies not gonna be allowed to go back to school unless they get vaccinated. And that's bullshit to me. So it's all a fucking plan.
I don't believe in all that.
What I tell you, Nick.
I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. It does. It absolutely does, because that's how China was controlling their population once they.
I feel like the main thing about the whole you got to get vaccinated is just like a rumor that people think may happen. It's not like being confirmed.
No, it's definitely confirmed, and I've watched them talk about it because they're saying
it's confirmed. Where'd you see it confirmed at?
Look on YouTube and look it up. Like even if you Google it and put in national vaccinations for 2020.
Yeah, but is this just like a regular YouTuber like me just going and saying, everybody's gonna have to get vaccinated? Like where is it like?
So
if you go to my channel, you dig entertainment. You can't believe every motherfucking thing I tell you.
I found the link. I'll try and send it to you. But look it up though. It's a national vaccination, because the problem is going to be this: we're not going to be allowed to travel unless you get the vaccination, because out of their fear that you're going to.
But I think that's just kind of a guess, as you will. I don't think that
they're talking about it. They're talking about it. And that's what made me do my research on it.
What's the vaccination?
But where did you get your research other than YouTube?
Look it up. You'll see different.
I know, but look it up where.
Different.
I seen something like that. What you talking about? But like Nick said, they haven't been confirmed where they gonna be able to get away with that shit.
They're thinking about
we fighting that shit.
National order that, and Obama signed that.
Fuck Obama. He was a bitch, and I'm from Chicago.
He signed that.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. He didn't give a fuck about nothing but immigrants and flags. You heard.
He signed that.
You did. Calm down.
But if they are, they're trying to do it, and I'm not for Trump, and I did not vote for Trump, but but he is against it. He's against a lot of
Yeah.
shit that they've
She
been trying
knows
to do.
something. I
That's
swear
where the
she knows something.
impeachment came from. That's where the impeachment came from, because his people turned on him because he wasn't doing what they asked him to do. So, and that's, I don't look at a whole bunch. I don't look at Love and Hip Hop and shit like that. I look at stuff that's on education.
She
And
knows
that's just
something, boy.
how
Liam,
I
turn your
roll.
camera on. Let's see what you got going on over there.
Why you want me to turn my camera on?
Because I want to see you.
Is it working?
Turn the camera on.
Ew, I don't know what that is. I just advise everybody, do your own research.
I want to see you,
stuff,
Nick.
you know.
Why you was
That's what I'm
hiding?
talking about, Nick. Get on the motherfucker.
Why you was hiding, Liam?
Cause I ain't you on live. I don't want everybody to see you.
Why? What you scared of?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Niggas gonna recognize the real.
You look like one of the people that was in the Shy TV show. That one
What?
dude. You look like that one dude from the Shy, the TV show.
I don't think I've seen that before.
You never seen the Shy?
Hey Tyson, you know something about something.
Yeah, I mean,
You look like the boy brother.
I look at things. You know, I research a lot of different stuff, and you know, I try to educate myself. I do want to know, and this is for anybody in the chat. How many people are like Nick? Have you vaccinated your daughter? Like, well, I'm sure you know. How many people vaccinate their kids?
I think majority of us have vaccinated our children to go to school. Yeah.
My son is 3, so I haven't done it all the way. Like, he had his first shots when he came out of the hospital, so I haven't gotten to. Well, my other boys have, but I just did things a little bit different with my 3-year-old. And he has the ones when he first got out of the hospital, but I refused all the rest of them. And I'm just trying to see, because my friend, she has children, and they've had all of their shots, and they are sick all the time, and she don't understand why. They have different allergies, skin allergies, all of that, and she doesn't understand why.
That's why I don't believe in that.
But my son is only sick for 24. If he's sick, he's only been sick maybe once or twice out of the year. If he's sick, he's only sick for 24 to 48 hours, and he has a fever, and the fever is his body fighting off the infection, and he's good. He's never had anything else. It's when he's attracted something from someone else, and his body fights it off. I keep him home for 24 hours. He goes back to school. He's straight. Everybody else, it's like congestion and this and that and all of this other stuff. I've never had to experience it.
I think it also depends on how clean you are as well. Like, I feel like if you have, like, there's some people who never ever dust, never ever wash walls, never ever do those things, and I think those things contribute. I think those things contribute as well. So it's like you can not get them vaccinated or whatever, but then if you have a dusty ass house and you are not wiping down things like you should, you know.
And that
I don't know.
Play a part, because but my friend, I mean, she's a neat freak as well, like OCD. So I can't say yeah or nay. I don't know what they do and don't do in the nights and stuff like that. But it's just interesting when we're talking.
Tyson, where you walking back and forth to, girl?
Your baby don't have a
Look, when I'm passionate about something, I'm a pacer. So I'll walk this whole
I'm like, where is she going?
I'll walk this whole house.
You tearing that living room up, boy.
Gone. You hear me? Like, I was outside, I was somewhere else. It is so
you
crazy,
tearing that living room up.
You know, when you get
I'm
off
a
the chest, you
pacer
be
when I
patient.
talk.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just messing with Tyson.
So I get it, but I'm telling you, like, it's so crazy, and everybody's coming up with their own, like, oh, don't go outside after 11 o'clock. They're gonna spray something in the air, and don't do this and don't do that. Man, them people got other shit.
My whole thing I don't understand is how, like, you know, when it came to China and them trying to combat it, they literally was like spraying the streets down and spraying, like, you know, disinfectant, sanitizer, or whatever to get a hold of it. And it's like, what are we doing?
With China and them, they were not allowed to come out, period. Right? They were not allowed to come out, period. And you see how the lady, I was watching when they were asking dumb questions, and they was like, they was like, well, how come you haven't mandated all the governors to shut their states down? He's like, well, I'm leaving it up to them to do whatever they want. And if that's what they want to do, I support them. So I'm in Virginia, and our governor is Northam. So Northam has us on some crazy fucking shelter in place thing, but you're allowed to go exercise outside, but you're allowed to go, to the grocery store, but you're allowed to golf, but you're allowed to fish. I'm like, what the fuck? It's weird.
Yeah, it's like you got a lot of things that you can do,
so
and people out here too, they're not taking it serious because it's so many places. I'm going to the store.
Yeah, a nigga.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I take it serious if my cousin not taking it serious? Come on now, it makes no sense. They asked him, are you gonna wear a mask? He's like, yeah, probably not. They say, is your family gonna wear a mask? Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
So y'all want everybody to wear masks?
No, that's not my point. The point I'm making is, how can anyone take?
I feel like everybody, if you're out and about, you should be wearing a mask.
Yeah. Take precaution, man. Save yourself, man.
I've been saying,
I haven't been wearing a mask. And I'm not saying that it does or doesn't exist, or I am or not gonna get it, but I believe in a higher power. And if it's my time, if it's something that I can't, then that's just, the path.
Liam, have you been wearing a mask? What you say? Your sound went out.
I believe in a higher power, the Most High. You,
Queen B.
I ain't no motherfucking fool.
Hey.
You feel?
Touche.
Hey,
That's gonna go in my outfit.
Liam, I think your sound went out.
I don't know. I just think it's crazy because he's in there around all the people, all the sick people, the front line, all of this stuff. They're in DC, they're here and there and everywhere else, and he don't have no mask.
That nigga knows something about something.
That's all I'm saying. He don't have on none of them do. And do you see when they keep on asking my boy Fauci? Good job, baby. They keep asking my boy Fauci about the hydrochloroquine. And now he won't even allow Fauci to answer any questions about it.
Yeah, he knows.
And, my boss. Oh my God, my boss. Like I said, my boss they diagnosed him with it, and I will send you his fucking papers. They put on there COVID-19, but they did not give him a test. They did not give him a test because he was not old enough. Mind you, he's almost 50. He hasn't traveled, but we work for Virginia Department of Health. He was not on the front line, so he did not qualify. I'm like, what the fuck are they checking credit? Like, what you mean you ain't qualified? You sick? I didn't get that. And then it's on TV,
I heard that they giving out case numbers.
Case numbers.
Yeah, they giving out case numbers.
I'm gonna look on there because it's a lot of numbers.
I heard because one of my old classmates, he had all the symptoms and everything. They told him to go back home and gave him a case number, and he had to call in and talk to I guess the physician over the phone.
So after his 2 weeks, if he don't come back after his 2 weeks, then they say, well, yeah, he had it.
Well, they gave him his results. I think his results. I don't know when his results came in because they did give him a test because he had to schedule it and everything. Because they sent him as soon as he went to the ED, they had sent him home with a case number. I don't know if they had somebody to come into his home. But they did eventually get him tested. He did test it positive for it. So I don't know.
D, what's up with
y'all talking about?
Hello.
I don't know. But all right, so that is our little corona venting session that I wanted to do real quick. And now I am about to switch up the pace and go live again. But I want all of you guys to come back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the live, but I'm going to come back and we're going to switch up the pace from Corona because, I just want to allow people to kind of vent about what's going on, get it off their chest, and then switch gears because it is such a downer. And after a while, I'll be like, I don't want to hear about Corona no more.
Let me say something.
I'll be like, I don't want to talk about it no more. Go ahead, Liam.
I'm glad I came in your live because I was in here bored. I'm like, what I'm about to do? I go on YouTube. I see Nika. I said, I never catch your live. I always watch it and never catch it. So I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah, I need y'all to like and subscribe to my channel, man. You dig entertainment. I got some good videos.
You dig always trying to promote. Lee,
Come
what
on,
was
man.
what?
You already know.
Is that all you? I don't like that design. If I'm gonna be honest, if I'm gonna give you,
Nick, I got too many clothes.
Okay, no, but let me give you some constructive criticism. Okay.
Well, guess what, Nick? You can give it to me, but you ain't got to help me right now.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm freaking down on this. Like and subscribe to my channel. You dig?
But everybody come right back though. Like I'm gonna end the broadcast and then I want you guys to refresh and come right back. And then we're just gonna get into celebrity topics and stuff like that. Something, take our mind off of this and have a little fun.
Okay.
You haven't been on my channel either, Nick, because you would have saw some of my new designs.